the way, before we start, do you think movies are good for you? Yes? Sure? No, I'm asking because if you think that you can learn from movies, then I'll show you more movies. If no, then more lectures.
Movies are more practical.
So you're saying that when I'm
That's implied.
So I'm saying that best is the combination.
Oh.
You know, like the way that you structure the syllabus, I think it's time to watch a movie.
Thank you very much. You have 2 movies scheduled for this course. If we are on track with the syllabus, then we can include one more. Okay? Now, let's see what we can do. Now, ethics and social responsibility. After you saw the movie last week, this is the appropriate chapter to discuss. Right? So, what is ethics?
Values, morals.
Your more values and morals. Okay? What people tell you should do, but we don't do anyway. Like, what is the basic ethic that people teach you from childhood? We should not tell a lie, right? Or do you tell a lie? Or do you lie? Okay. Yes or no? Yes? What kind of lie? Lie that doesn't hurt people?
Yeah,
Or?
professor asked, do you understand the paper? Yes.
That's the lie.
A soft lie.
But does it hurt anybody? No. So you think it's fine?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Now, you see, the problem is that not all the people in the world see it in that way. Okay? Different cultures have different attitude towards what is ethics and how you are going to deal with it. Okay? Now, social responsibility, what is that?
Having some responsibility towards society, towards people.
Okay, now, are you socially responsible?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
How? Can you give an example?
Throwing garbage in the trash. Yeah.
But still there are complaints that people are not doing it correctly, like food,
Yeah.
not glass, aluminum, too many things.
Learning to the new culture.
Learning to the new culture. I receive emails like, okay, students in dorm 1,
Huh.
you're not sorting your trash properly. I don't know why I get that email, but I think everybody gets it, so I also get it. Now, what else do you do? Anybody?
Not singing and dancing on the road, not disturbing other people.
Not disturbing, so singing and dancing on the road is fine. Somebody will make a video, you'll get famous in Taiwan. People
Yeah.
don't do that often. Not that I'm saying that people do that in India, that they start dancing on the streets. That's just in the movies. But what else do you do?
Follow the rules.
Follow the rules.
Yeah.
Okay? Oh yeah, that's if you see, the legal system as part of society, then follow the rules. What else?
Saving energy, water.
Saving energy and water, do you do it?
Volunteering.
Voluntarily?
Just being volunteer and to help other people.
Okay, help other people while being a volunteer, that's very difficult in Taiwan. Because you feel, how would you help? You don't know what to do. Unless you speak Chinese. If you speak Chinese, it's fine, you can help. But, yes, saving energy, like as consumers, what you can do, save energy, right? Save water. And, can somebody please close the door and save some energy? The air conditioning is on, right? Now, you can save energy, save water. As a consumer, how can you show social responsibility? apart from saving energy, in terms of your consumption?
Reducing wastage and trying to not pollute the nature.
Oh, that's the most difficult part. Okay. Now, do you want to buy environment-friendly products or green products?
Yes, but
It's expensive.
But yes, that's the problem, right? I mean, because you don't buy it because it's expensive? Okay, now, the research says that a lot of people do not buy green products also because they think that it's not as good as the original product. A lot of people, I'm not saying that you believe that,
Also in Taiwan?
everywhere in the world. I mean, it's a general problem that, I mean, eco-friendly products do not always work as well as what, I mean, the other normal products work. Okay. Not in terms of fruits and vegetables, they are fine, but other things. Do you have any such feelings?
Yeah, with the liquid for washing clothes, for
Mhm.
example. Yeah, the eco-friendly doesn't wash as good as the normal one.
I'm not sure, but because I use a biodegradable detergent to wash clothes and utensils, and it's fine.
Maybe it depends.
Depends on the brand, yeah. I'm just using one from the that you get in Costco, Hauschatuo. So it's not expensive, so that's fine. And it's eco-friendly, I mean, it's biodegradable, so it's okay. Yeah, in India it won't work because the clothes gets dirtier, but in Taiwan usually it's okay. Yeah, but I had that kind of experience with conditioner. I got eco-friendly conditioner, shampoo and conditioner. Shampoo is fine, I mean, it makes the hair very dry, it's okay. But the conditioner is supposed to make it manageable, right? That doesn't happen. So I just stopped using it. I stopped using conditioner totally. Because if I can't use biodegradable, I don't want to use it. But because I'm earning, so I can afford it. Okay, not that I have a lot of money. Less than what you have in your account, I can guarantee. So, but still I get my salary on every month, so I can afford it. But that's one of the biggest problems that we have, that is, it's expensive. Now, why is it expensive?
But they say that they don't use chemicals, fertilizers for most of the product department.
That's for, let's say, for fruits and vegetables, that's fine. What about other products like cosmetics? Let's say we're talking about shampoo. Why is biodegradable or eco-friendly or green shampoo more expensive?
The research cost.
Cost.
The research cost and their manufacturing cost.
That's what the company tells you.
Yeah.
See, in reality, it depends on what kind of market you have. When you have a small market for something, okay, when you see the product as being more premium than the normal product, then it's priced higher. Now, who is buying green products? People who have more money. That's the attraction that they have for those products, and these are the people who are buying it. So in that case, I mean, companies are going to charge more money. Don't think that companies are good at any point of time. You saw the documentary, right? That's the purpose of showing you that companies do not tell you the truth. Never. Now, if they say that something is there in a product, maybe it's there, but in such a small quantity that it doesn't really matter. I will give you a classic case. I mean, in India, this happened. We used to get, I don't know what it's called in English. There's no English name. Chyawanprash. So it's a thing that you eat for good health. That's it. Every day you eat it looks like a paste. I have never tried it, okay, just because of the look of it. It's said that you mix a lot of natural things together to make a paste, and then you eat it every day. It comes in like a lot of companies sell it. You just eat for good health, okay. It's like alternate medicine, traditional medicine, Ayurveda. Now, companies start saying that, okay, we are adding gold to it. Gold is very good for the health, and gold is there. Now, two things happen. People started buying a lot. Okay, gold, very nice. As if eating gold is of any use. Now, and then the courts, somebody filed a case that we did not find any gold in our pack. So the case went to the court and they said that, okay, the amount of gold is too small to say that there is gold in it. So you should not claim that there is gold. Okay? That's false advertising. The other thing, now people started eating, thinking that it's very useful. The problem is that you can eat gold, it's fine. But gold is an inert element. Okay? Just passes. It doesn't do anything to your body. It's a waste. Eat gold or silver. Okay? Now you might be thinking that why would people eat gold or silver? But people do. I mean, in India, we like the sweets that we make, traditional sweets, we layer it with gold and silver. Very thin layers. So we eat gold and silver. Okay? It's too thin. You won't feel that you're eating metal. But that's how it is. But it's totally useless to your body because these are inert elements. They just pass through your system without doing anything. So that's false advertising, but it was banned because of some other reason, not because it was useless to the body. But companies tell you lies of all kinds. And to the extent that, petrol that we use, gasoline, it used to have lead. Lead is an element, LEAD, not very good for health. Its lead toxicity is very dangerous for the body, and people can die easily, and it was present in oil, gasoline. So for decades, oil companies sold that petrol to us, saying that it's not a problem. And the person who was saying that it's a problem was not allowed to speak, and he was shamed and said that his research is wrong, and all that was done for decades. And because of lead pollution, because of vehicle pollution, a lot of people got toxicity and disease, slow progression of disease caused by that. And then much later, we accepted that, okay, yeah, that has a problem, and we should change to unleaded petrol. So now if you go to get petrol, you will see that it's written also unleaded a lot of times. So companies do all that stuff. So if they're saying that they're selling you more expensive because of research costs and all, you see, for most of the things, research has already been done. It's not that expensive to produce. Yeah, if companies want to change their production, that's costly. In the sense that if you want to change your factory to make it greener, that's really costly. Because you have to do it, spend billions of dollars to upgrade. But still, that's not a cost compared to what people are earning out of it. Now, just for example, how much do you pay for Coca-Cola or Pepsi? 23 NT. What do you think is the cost?
For this one, maybe under 10
Under 2.
or under 2.
Yes. It's nothing. It's just water that has been you just add some pressure and some whatever things are added, sugar. It's very cheap for them to produce. Okay, extremely cheap. But you are paying 23, right? So if they are asked to change their factory to upgrade it to make it greener, can they do it or not? Do they have the money?
Yes.
They have. Okay. Because even if they sell for $20, if the production cost goes up to $20 for a few years, still they are making money. But they do not want to do that. So that's the reality of social responsibility that we see today. And let's see what. There's not much about social responsibility in the slides. Let's see what we have for ethics. Okay. Now, companies must satisfy the stakeholders. Now, stakeholders are your shareholders, employees, consumers, customers, and so the society. Now, they exert different kinds of pressures. Shareholders, they want to increase their dividend, profits. Okay, so they don't care how you are, paying for it and what kind of products are being used, what kind of chemicals are being used, that's not the problem. And when I say shareholders, I'm talking about, like let's say you have 1,000 shares or something, I'm talking about big stakeholders, big shareholders. Okay. Now, you might have heard that sometimes the CEO of a big company says, okay, I'm not taking salary, or I'm taking just token salary of $1. Now, what do you feel about them? Think they are doing a very good job? They have huge pile of shares. They are earning in billions of dollars without the salary. So don't get fooled. Okay? Now the employees, what do employees want?
Good working environment.
Good working environment, job satisfaction, job safety, in the sense that you don't lose your job, security. What do customers want?
Product services.
Everything at a cheap price.
Straight to the point.
So it's contrary to what should be done, right? We should be ready to pay the price, but we are not. And what does the society want?
Security, responsible to the environment.
Yes. Companies should be responsible, transparent, accountable. So can you see the conflict that's going on here? Now who is society? All the top three are in the society, but the overall interest of the society is in clash with the individual interest of other stakeholders. Okay. So that becomes a problem for us, how to deal with this. Now, foundations of ethical behavior. There are three levels of moral development: pre-conventional, conventional, and post-conventional. Pre-conventional is the time when you're a kid. You don't understand what is right or wrong, you just follow what you are told. As a kid, you are not in the position to question. Right? Conventional is when you learn what is right, what is wrong, but you still keep following what you have been taught. Okay? And post-conventional, autonomous or principle, is when you develop your own moral code. You have an idea of what is right and wrong, and you change based on that, and you do not follow or do not follow what you have been already taught in the society. So you are at which level? Post-conventional
Mix.
or conventional? You know what is right or wrong, but still you follow what you have been taught. Still conventional? Okay. Now, see, a lot of people stay conventional in the sense that they do not, despite knowing, you do not change. Okay? But that can be because of a lot of reasons. Depending on the society, that happens. Now, I don't think anybody is in pre-conventional level, right? That you still can't, tell right from wrong. If you are, you need to get out of that quickly. Okay? It's getting late. We're in graduate studies now. Not that I'm here to judge. But you see, most people, when they go to college, that's the general idea, when they go to college, they have conventional foundations. And slowly you learn, you get exposure, and you unlearn. You learn new things and then you change. You develop your own code, and that's what stays with you for life. Okay? So this is the foundation of ethical behavior, and based on that we'll do the further discussions. Now, there are different approaches in the world. The first one is teleological approach, that is, decisions are based on the consequences of the action. So what you are doing depends on the action. It's not independent. Now, deontological approach is the opposite one. That is, moral judgments are made and moral reasoning occurs independent of the consequences. Okay? So, the difference is that in one is, okay, if I tell a lie, this will happen, so it's fine. We can tell a lie. Lying is fine. Because it's not harming anybody. That's the first one. And deontological is the other one. That is, no matter what, a lie is a lie. And you should not do it. No matter what are the consequences. Now, culturally, this thing is based on culture. Now, in most Eastern cultures, I believe, we have the first approach. Okay? Your actions are said to be ethical or unethical depending on the consequences of the action. If you are lying to protect a friend, it's fine. Right? If you're lying to protect yourself, it's fine. But if you are if you think that, okay, if a lie is going to cause a lot of harm, then we may not do it. Or it may be against our moral code of conduct. But in deontological, that's not the case. Now, the problem is these two systems are fine when they are going independently. The problem starts when there is a collision. Okay? And if you have subordinates or superiors who think, do not think likewise, you are going to face problems in dealing with stuff. Now, let's say an expatriate goes to another country from deontological approach and you go to the other one, and then you think that people are corrupt. Okay? But from their standpoint, they are that's just normal behavior. So because of this, we need to be careful and understand which culture we are dealing with. Now, utilitarianism is an action is right if it produces the greatest amount of good. Now, this is not always based on culture. It depends on the community, depends on the group of people. Okay. A lot of people believe that no matter what you do, if your actions are right, it produces greatest amount of good, then it's fine. It seems like it's CIA's code of conduct, right? Killing 10 people is fine if it saves America. Okay. Not that I have any problem with America. I keep saying that, I have to apply for visa next year. So. They have shifted the conference. We had a conference in Hong Kong, but because of the situation in Hong Kong, we have shifted it to Miami. So now I have to apply. Yeah. So now I'm thinking to apply for the US visa. So careful. Anyway, my Facebook is clean, so. The first place they go to check, right? I'm an Indian, I have to worry about visa. Only to Indonesia, no problem. Just go on visa on arrival. And same for them. We are good. Now, so you get the idea of these approaches? Problem with leg, and then I have to go every time to change the slide. Okay, now what ethical behavior can do? Ethical behavior can help a company, but they don't do it. Now it can help develop a competitive advantage. That is, if you are ethical, over time people see it as a value. Okay? And if they see it as a value, they are willing to pay more for that value over your competitors. And competitors find it difficult to copy. Because being ethical is not something that you can just announce one day that, okay, we are ethical now. Company practices are long-standing, they take a lot of time to shape, and they take a lot of time to change. You certainly can't ask people to stop, corruption, not corruption of bribery or that, but moral corruption. That's not possible to do. And you can also avoid being perceived as irresponsible, because sometimes consumers, not in all markets, but in some markets, consumers are very reactive. Okay? So if they find that you are involved in some kind of unjust practice, they might boycott you. protest against you, and you may have problems selling a product in that country for a short time, and later it gets okay. People have short-term memory. So, people are like buying Volkswagen, right? So it's fine. Nothing really happens for long. But for short term, I mean, you may have, you might be seen as responsible. A lot of times it can be a big problem in the sense that if people associate you with safety, they may stop using your product, I mean, entirely. Like after, it's not Malaysian Airlines mistake, but after the two of their planes went down 3 years ago, a lot of people have stopped flying Malaysian Airlines. So are you also scared?
No.
Not scared? Okay. It's cheaper, right? As students, you just think about one thing, cheaper. Okay. Now, there is another related concept with the two approaches that we discussed. That's relativism and normativism. That is, relativism is ethical truths depend on the groups holding them. So, ethics depends on the community. That's one approach. In normativism, there are universal standards of behavior that all cultures should follow. Okay? So, people who believe that there are universal standards of ethics, they will have huge conflicts with people who believe that, with people who have ethics that are different from them. That's the basic idea. Now, what is ethical or not? Right, in my viewpoint, it's difficult to decide. Now, let's take a simple thing like lying and cheating. Okay. Are they universally they are wrong, right or wrong? Every culture tells you that you should not lie or cheat, right? But this is universal, that's true. But what kind of lie is something that is very relative, okay? What is ethical? If you're not coming to class and in the morning because you're feeling too sleepy, and you send me an email that I'm not well, then that might be ethical for you because it's not something that's too problematic. But lying to the police that something that you've done may not be something that is accepted in many cultures. Just giving an example. So there, as managers, people need to understand that there are universal standards, but how these standards are also very relative. You should not lie, you should not cheat, you should not steal. Okay? But the degree of the offense is one thing that people consider. Like, I did not find any problem stealing cookies in my home when I was a kid. I did not find it unethical. Though I was told that stealing is not good. But I did not find it a problem. But some people might still see that as unethical. Okay? Have you stolen money from your parents? A little. Just a few rupees, few dollars to eat chocolate. Yeah, everybody's silent. No? Sure? Okay. You're good kids. Just asking. Now, this is seen. Now, parents tell you that you should not do it. That's bad. Okay? But a lot of kids do it. Not because it's just to buy some chocolate or candy or just to run and play video games in the arcade like I used to do. Video games were not allowed because in India at that time people used to think that video games are not good. Okay? They're very bad for you as a kid. So I was in middle school, so I would just like steal one or two. If I see lying somewhere, like my mother has kept it, just take $1, like 1 rupee, and run. Video arcade and go there and play Contra and Mario. You know, the old games. Contra and Mario. But so because my parents did not buy me the video game thing, You know, earlier we used to have a cassette at that time. It was not expensive, but it was not allowed, so you just run there and $1 at a time. Okay. But why my parents also knew it, because parents know how much money is there. Especially if you do not have a lot. So you know how much money is there and what is missing. But that was okay. I mean, so see, what is ethical now? If I have to teach my kid, I'll teach that okay, I mean, stealing is not good and we should not steal money for video games. Though those things do not exist anymore. But fine anything. But that's what we do. Okay? That's the universal standard, but it's always relative. Okay? Now moving on, legal justification, pros and cons. Now, you cannot make laws for everything, right? Ethics and laws are not the same thing. What is unethical may not be illegal. Okay? So, the law is inadequate because some things that are unethical are not illegal. So, as I've already said, laws are slow to develop in emerging areas of concern. Now, for example, laws have been there for a long time, they're old. When new things come up, laws take more time to develop. For instance, laws related to cybercrime, okay? Trolling, bullying on the internet, they are not, we use the old laws. It takes more time to develop, change the law. Laws may be based on imprecisely defined moral concepts. Now, if morally you are wrong, your law is based on that. So the law is going to be problematic. Laws often need to undergo scrutiny by courts. That takes a lot of time. And the law is not very efficient. Because you cannot apply the law everywhere. Like, if you lie to me that you are sick and you don't come to the class because you are hungover, okay, if you are, now, can I call the police on you? No. Because you lied. I mean, lying is illegal, but in many senses. But in this case, it's not. Nobody can do anything. Now, I'm not blaming that you do that. I'm just giving you an example in the class. So the law is not very efficient. But despite all this, law is a very good starting point. Okay? Because the law embodies many of countries' moral principles. Now, laws of countries, I mean, the legal system, is a reflection of what the society thinks. Not always. Laws are usually advanced than the society itself. Okay? You'll see that many laws are there which are for equality, but in the society you don't see that. Okay? Laws can be much more advanced because they are not made by the common public. They're made by